All right, so it's May 26th, 2021. Um, Still got my cough. Hopefully, this isn't the death of me. But, yeah, not being on healthcare, it's not like I can go get checked out and stuff. So, I have to ration my money. I have to ration what I'm spending it on specifically. So, um, no, I need to put my phone down. You always wondering about, like, what will history remember you for? Like, it's kind of like the play Hamilton, the song. Like, history has its eyes on you. And, think about the posterity of, like, what people remember you for. Um, that's interesting. You wonder whether history won't think of you in a kind way or whether, you'll be wrapped up. Or, in your lifetime you won't be known like Van Gogh or plenty of other, magnificent people that like made like Nikola Tesla as well, like people that made huge contributions to humanity were disregarded in their time, even thought down upon or ridiculed or outcasted, and then all of a sudden, someone uncovers them and their truth is revealed, but they'll never know. I mean, there's that there's that weird thing that you'll never have the satisfaction of knowing whether your work is ever actually appreciated for what it did, what it does. Um, so, anyways, I guess I should recap yesterday. I went through 4 interviews yesterday, and I am completely emotionally drained. Um, I thought about you live your most magnificent life. That's what I was thinking about yesterday. Today, I'm thinking I'm an emotional wreck, and life sucks right now because that is just it's so fucking hard to go through. I think interviewing is especially hard just because uh, you have to put yourself out there. You have to be extremely vulnerable. You have to make quick reads of the person that you're interviewing with, and on top of that, you have to find a way to make a connection not only to that person, but also to the job that you're applying for, and in some way convince them that you're a good fit. So there's like a whole bunch of vulnerability to it. You have to prove to somebody else that you're like good enough and that you fit in. And I mean, what kind of human, you know, how is that healthy for any human? Like, I understand why when you're going through an extended interviewing process, or I guess a job search, why people get manically like depressive. And it's because, you know first off, when you have to apply to maybe 50 plus jobs, and out of those 50 you might get 3 callbacks, and the rest they'll tell you you're rejected, and they won't necessarily even explain a reason, which in a way could be worse. It might actually be worse than them not giving a reason, because uh, then you're left to your own devices, your own mind, to figure it out for them, and you can't do that, and you can't play those games, and you have to like be super positive and moving forward. Um, the teledoc conversation I had last night was like really really great. I like the guy. I really like the guy that I spoke to. He offered some like just good advice about resume building and all that stuff. I think I was a little bit too harsh on myself last night, post interview, because he asked me the first question, and I didn't know how to answer what he was asking because it was such a weird question. Um, and the problem is that I answered it the same way for Arnon, and that went well. But it didn't work with Rick. So He had asked me it 3 times. I tried, but didn't work. Didn't work. So he still sent my application to all three hiring managers, um, for the jobs that I asked for. Um, but at least I have like an internal connection to it, and I took my chance. I took my opportunity, and now it's a I've made not only another connection that can possibly help me with other jobs, but also to just I've continued to move forward. I tried. That's what I was telling myself in the car last night because I was starving. I hadn't ate all day. Um, I tried and I moved forward, and that's all I can do. I tried my best. I tried to answer every question to the best of my ability, and even though I was exhausted because I had just finished three hard interviews, um, you know, it was it was good. I'm proud of myself. Proud of myself, and I think I'm just emotionally drained. And when I get emotionally drained, um, I'm overly critical of myself, and I overly worry, and I don't need to worry. I've trained myself my whole life to be able to take on heavy burdens and to take on heavy challenges, and I've done that. Um, what I wonder though is where's my place in history? Where will I find myself? Will even anything I say today be inspirational to those tomorrow? And I have to ask myself, like, why do I even care? But I think it's more so that I just want to provide some level of hope to those who come after me. That even someone like me who has like a lot of learning disabilities, and uh, I mean, I did good in school, but I really had to like work my ass off a lot of times. Um, and I don't come from like a super rich family. Like my family's always like provided everything that we've needed. So it's not like I'm coming from like a poor family or anything like that. My life, if you looked at it, could potentially look super average. But then you start to tally up all the little things that I've done, and even though they're not like he invented something crazy cool. Um, but I worked on NASA's mission to Mars and made strong contributions to that. I helped with their space technology mission directorate and helped them figure out technologies for NASA to invest in. Um, and I went to a small company called S2, and they were only like 35 people when I showed up, and by the time I left, it was over 500. So you know those are big contributions, though, and I've learned really strong details about finance, and I've forced people to teach me anything they can teach me. I don't care about asking. I just want like give me some knowledge, give me whatever you can give me. Um, so, anyways, I don't know. I should feel happy about yesterday. I should feel proud of myself about yesterday. But I think I just feel in a slump because the dopamine trigger, and I'm an introvert, and you worry people don't see what you see in yourself, and you have to question your own psyche. Are you properly evaluating yourself in a correct light? Uh, my parents worry whether I overstress myself. Well, here's the thing. I want to be like the people I've read about. I want to like enjoy, you know, great accomplishments. I don't want to I've never wanted a family. I don't want kids. I want it to be like Alexander the Great. Just not just specifically like Alexander the Great. I wanted to conquer the world. Although I think a lot of men feel that way. They want to build an empire. I want to be remembered in a unique way, in a loving way, even though I'll never derive any satisfaction from it. But I just want to leave the world in a better place than I found it. And I think that being in power positions where I can influence those decisions for others so that they don't have it as hard as maybe I had it, or someone else has had it, would be great. And that's what I fight for. I just wonder, how can I change my image to others so they look upon me in the same way that I want to be perceived, so that I can get to where I need to go. And you start to wonder at 26, am I too late? I'm thinking about like the founding fathers. Alexander Hamilton was 21 at the time of the Revolutionary War. And then he would have been 30, I guess, by the time the Constitution was signed in 1789. So, there's that. Alright, hold on.